All right, everybody, it's Matt from the house, and I'm here with Jayson from Burton, and he's going to give us a little run through on the Family Tree 3D line for 21-22 season. Let's check this stuff out.
Yeah, so starting off with the Family Tree 3D, just like the regular Family Tree stuff, we kind of categorize things into types and styles of riding. So there's different silos, but we kind of like to think about it. But you have like your kind of all mountain kind of powder boards. You got your straight up all mountain boards in the middle, or you've got kind of bigger mountain, kind of more aggressive free ride kind of categories. Well, we typically like to think of the different models within the 3D or within Family Tree.
Cool. So if you have a different riding style, you can still go, I want the 3D, this is the kind of riding I do, and boom, it's really easy to pick out your board. Yeah, so like in the kind of like easier riding, kind of more POW category, you got the deep Daze. So that thing is insane. Yeah, kind of. Well, the 21s were kind of black, so they kind of look like a bat wing, but yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff here. So this has the flat top end, this tapered, but you got the super contoured channels there. It's kind of hydrodynamics, what we learned, from making surfboards, things like that. It just really, funnels the snow towards the middle of the board, creating a little bit more lift, and then you've got kind of these little kind of grooves in the back there. Everything just kind of exhausts out the back. So this thing is super easy to ride, floats well. If you want something, you can ride these a little bit shorter if you want. So if you want something with some really good float, that'll kind of zip you through the trees, things like that. Or if you are, riding bigger, you can just upsize. Cool. But it is definitely an easier riding, kind of more flat top end. And the rad thing to think about that too with the channels, I always look at this stuff and I think back to like wakeboarding too, because when you're riding powder, you're not actually on the snow, you're in the snow. So it's kind of like with a wakeboard where it's channeling the water around. This thing too, it's actually channeling the snow around a little bit too.
Yep, pushing it in towards the nose, giving you
that extra lift.
Give you that lift, so you don't get that leg burn. Then you go to the daily driver. So if you're looking for, this is probably the best all mountain board. So if you have one board, but you do get some deep snow, that sort of thing, that's where the daily driver comes in. So it does our directional camber. So it is camber through here. Then it does have the taper past the upturn. So it does ride switch really versatile. So if you do have, one of those days like, oh, I'm gonna go roll through the park or whatever, like this board, if you get on you get on one of those calf burning traverses or whatever, like you can ride switch on this board, no problem.
Nobody wants their calf.
You just have that, you just have that wider shovel towards the front. So when the snow does get deep, that's where it really kind of, gives you that lift. Then it does have, like, at the contact points here, it is, definitely spooned out there just to kind of create a little bit more of a kind of a buttery float through there. Yeah,
and that's cool too, because obviously, when you got your kick like this, the snow's getting pushed away from your board this way, but now you're actually pushing it away and helping the board rise up and float a little bit more. So it's kind of cool. You can basically have that all mountain board but when you get in the powder, you're gonna be laughing all day long too.
Yeah, so if you're, if you've been a fan of the flight attendant in the past, this could be, something a little bit different. It'll just give you a little bit extra float than what a flight attendant would have because of the 3D nose.
Perfect.
And if you like doing nose and tail grabs, it's a nice little notch for your thumb. For more talented snowboarders than myself.
And also fatter snowboards that can't reach down here and can only reach the tips of tails.
Pinch the tip. So then you get into kind of more of the aggressive, kind of more free ride style. So you get the Double Dog.
This thing just looks fast.
Yeah, it just looks super fast. Looks like a missile.
Looks like a jet, yeah.
Definitely a little stiffer. It does have kind of that smooth rail construction on it, or slim rail. It does have kind of split down the middle, but it does have these two kind of channels right through here, which again, when you're going faster on these steeper lines, it's just gonna bring it in fast. The snow's coming in faster typically when you're on steeper stuff, so it's gonna really just channel it right to where it needs to be instead of making it, go in certain areas like as something slower would be. And then it does have that, kind of bigger hull right out the tail.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's kind of there, but they're a little bit stiffer and flex than what the previous two would be.
So this one's for going fast and digging
steep
hard,
lines,
but still floating. And
yeah, but still gonna float really well. I mean, the upturn starts a little bit further back, so this thing a little bit more of a gradual kick to it, which allows you to kind of just plane out a little easier.
So similar to the daily driver, but instead of being more towards the nose, we're just moving it down the board a little bit.
Yep. Yep. And it's contoured through the inside, and and the upturn starts a little bit further back.
Yeah, you can really see that too. Like this little V right here is, I don't know if we can actually see that on the camera, but that's not just a graphic. That's actually
that's actually in the
because
board.
of the shape of the board too.
Yeah. So definitely something they've been working on. Making 3D shapes like this is not easy. It takes a whole different level of manufacturing.
Yeah, I definitely.
Your cavities have got to be twice as thick because your contours and things like that. So.
Yeah, because you're not just bending everything this way. Now you got to bend the mold side to side as well too.
So. But yeah, I mean it's definitely super fun boards. So you just kind of playful pow, all mountain, kind of more big mountain free ride.
Boom! So. Just kind of pick what kind of riding style you are, and then there's your board. Super easy.
Yeah. So that's the 3D Family Tree line.
All right, thanks for checking out our video on the Family Tree 3D line. And obviously, like we said in the video, it's pretty easy. You can kind of just tell yourself, like, where do you do most of your riding? Do you spend a lot of time in the groomers, but you want something that rules in the powder? Then you can go there. Do you want a board that you're gonna ride POW pretty much all day long? And, maybe as a second board, you can kind of go here. And you just like to go fast and dig trenches? Boom, right here. So super easy to pick out a board within that line and get the advantages of the 3D. So if you guys have any questions about these boards or any of the other Burton boards that we've got at thehouse.com, leave us some comments down below. We're on there every single day trying to answer your questions and help you get you in the right gear that matches your riding style. Like, subscribe, and get that bell on too so you can find out when all the new videos drop. And definitely, whether you're riding all mountain, riding POW, or going fast, get out and ride, because any day of riding is a good day of riding.